Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, that's when Billy would take me walking out through the backyard.
Let's go surfing philosophy.
One of the key metaphysical problems already considered by the Greek natural philosophers is the problem of continuity and change. As early as the times of Thales of Miletus, the first philosopher, Greek thought comes under the influence of two basic characteristics of the world: the occurrence of natural changes and the persistence of other obviously permanent states. The first concept which presented itself as the most appropriate for describing the world around us was matter. Matter represents certainty and stability. The concept of matter evolved from Aristotle's notion of matter as a material to the physical qualities attributed to it by Newton. When describing motion, on the other hand, a more appropriate concept seemed to be energy. Energy represents uncertainty and changeability. The concept of energy evolved in turn from its ancient definition of action of force through the physical meaning attributed by Newton, including kinetic and potential energy, to the meaning attributed by Mayer and Joule, which added to the above the notion of heat. The statistical description of the science of heat gave birth to the concept of entropy as a measure of the disorder of a system and dispersal of energy. Later, this was to become the basis for joining energy with another crucial term in science: information. The next step in the development of the concept of energy was taken in the works of Einstein, who demonstrated its equivalence with the concept of matter. Pragmatic necessity has not only been the motor driving the rise of modern science in general, but has also led to a better understanding of both the concept of energy itself as well as information. The crucial factor has been the effective flow of data. That is why the technical definition of information refers only to the criterion of amount. The only content of information containing a signal is its quantitative relation to other possible signals. Naturally, a key concept for information thus becomes the concept of entropy. Although on the one hand this has brought the concept of information closer to the concept of energy, making information an even better candidate for the concept most appropriate for describing the world. On the other, the concern of philosophers must have been raised by this purely quantitative character of the concept of information. To the rescue of the content of information, of truth itself, and truly is speaking of ourselves. Bravely come the analytic philosophers. They start from the assumption that absolute truth simply exists somewhere in the content-rich surroundings, or that it can be quantitatively measured with respect to a limited number of possible logical states known to the ideal receiver. Practice, a pragmatic outlook on the nature of information dominates, associated with various models of representation based on fuzzy logic or Bayesian networks, which are currently rapidly developing in the context of artificial intelligence. These models refer to information as understood in statistical terms. In this case, we are dealing with truth, which is only a reflection of the experience to date of the subject itself. The case of quantum mechanics, apart from von Neumann's statistical properties of the density operator. Another important factor is the type of information, or the Hilbert space of the functions of a given system. This space depends on what we are measuring and what the state of the quantum system is. For this reason, the density operator innately contains information on the type of values which we are measuring. Yet the development of quantum theory of information has in large part been determined by the practical aim of building quantum computers. This in turn means that the understanding of quantum states has changed. States which are increasingly treated as real elements of the physical world. For engineers, the qubit has become what for chemists is the
Where can I find the truth ultimately?
Some will admit that the truth results just only from simply both complexity and randomness of everything else. Second attempt to push the mystery of us and of everything we hold dear into the unknown. They will seek a basis for this mystery in never cognitively ending both the richness of the world surrounding us or fundamental laws of nature. You